Hey, welcome back, my YouTube champs, and today we're going to be looking at the Mondo double LP soundtrack to Gremlins. That's right, the classic Joe Dante tale of Christmas gone wrong. This came out right before Christmas, actually, and I've had this for a while, but I've kind of postponed doing a video on it because I wanted to make sure that I did it in the daylight when there was sunlight to show you a very cool special feature about this. This soundtrack has two very unique special features. We'll get into those here in a minute, but first I want to show you the cover. This is the cover. It's Stripe, as you can see. Excellent artwork. Very, 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 very detailed. Yeah, it's just beautiful. And the cover is designed to be a wraparound with the back, so I'll show you the back and the cover at the same time. See, Stripe is torturing Gizmo there, and there's poor Gizmo tied up in the Christmas lights. And here you have all the track listings. As I said, it is a double LP soundtrack, so there's lots and lots of music on here. This score was actually conducted by Jerry Goldsmith, which is really odd because it doesn't sound like a Jerry Goldsmith score. I mean, it does at times in the horror parts of it, but the actual main Gremlins theme does not sound anything like Jerry Goldsmith. It actually sounds maybe more like a Danny Elfman score or something. So yeah, that's the front and that's the back. Seems pretty plain with the white, but there's a reason for that. So this is the inside gatefold here. Incredible art. This is of the eggs hatching. Absolutely awesome. Very, very horrific. Very, very scary and detailed. Again, the art on this, it's very minimal, but very, very effective. And it's detailed when it needs to be, and plain to show a lot by showing a little. Just the shadows of the Gremlins there is absolutely awesome. So, very, very cool. Love the artwork on the eggs, too. Love it. I wouldn't say that Gremlins is one of my all-time favorite movies, but it's definitely one of the most famous movies to come out in the early 80s, and definitely probably one of Joe Dante's most famous movies. That's the director. So we're going to take a look at the LPs here. The LPs just come in these just plain white sleeves here. You've got one picture of Gizmo, and you've got one picture of Stripe jumping into the swimming pool. Nothing on the back. Put some little credits here. Yeah, very plain, very white. You're probably asking yourself, why is this whole thing so white? Doesn't make any sense. Well, as I said, this has like a unique gimmick to it. Oh, let me just pause real quick just to show you the actual vinyl. Both records are just black. I believe if you buy them online, there's like a swirl to them, like a gremlin swirl to them, green or brown. That's the first LP, and then on the back you have the little clock there. That is after midnight, when the gremlins get fed for the first time. And then this is the second LP. And then on the last side there, same thing, except with Stripe. That's another thing. Everything about this is kind of like the Transformers Record Store Day. It's like everything is half and half Gizmo and Stripe. So anything that you see for one, you see just the opposite for the other. So I'm going to get into these special unique features of this soundtrack right at this moment. In order to do that, I'm going to need to step out front for a moment to show you what the cover and the back cover do. So you take a step outside and you get directly into the sunlight, and you'll see that all that stuff suddenly appeared from the UV rays of the sun. It's very, very cool. This will not work if you have a sleeve on it. It has to have direct contact with the surface and the sun. And the same goes with the sun shining through a window. It won't work. It has to have direct contact with it, just like a gremlin. And this is the back. You'll start to see everything appear there. Stripe was here. Very cool. All the little artwork there. My personal favorite touch is the cross out of Steven Spielberg and then putting Joe Dante's name. So, very, very cool. I just never seen anything like that, and that was part of the reason I had to snatch this up. Alright, so now we're back with the inner sleeves that house the vinyl themselves, and I've never attempted this. I've been a little leery to do it, but for you guys, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So these have a special feature as well. What you do is you just take a damp cloth here, and you just rub it right on there. And you'll see that the picture appears in the background. Hang on one second. It was a little difficult to do one-handed, but yeah, you'll see that on the striped one, you have all that has appeared from getting wet. Incredibly awesome. Very ingenious. And then you got the gizmo one there. There's the pre-stripe. There's all the little magua hatching. It's a very, very cool special feature. And after this gets wet, it does dry and go back to the white. It takes just a very minimal amount of water, but it does dry, so don't worry about getting it wet. Just don't freaking throw it in a pool or something. But yeah, it's a very cool special feature. So this has been my review of the Mondo Gremlins double LP soundtrack. Thank you for watching, and if you liked this video, click the subscribe for more like it.